Speaker Spotlight, where we take a look at the speakers that'll be presenting at the Pacific Northwest Hypnosis Conference on June 3rd and 4th, right here in the Pacific Northwest, Tacoma, Washington, at the Tacoma Convention Center. I, of course, am one of the co-founders and organizers, Jim Kellner, and I'm joined by the other founder and co-organizer and a great friend of mine, Anthony Gitch. Hello, Anthony.
Hello. Hello, earthling mortals.
And of course, we're joined by the amazing, the wonderful Laney Coulter. Hello, Laney.
Hi. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, we're excited to have you on the speaker spotlight, and we are excited that you are coming to not only present, just so everybody knows and hopefully get their presentations in the last minute, you're presenting not only to professional hypnotists, but you have ventured out and you're going to be presenting to the community as well. But we're going to be really focused today on what it is you're going to be offering to the professionals out there. I think I know the program a little bit just because I know you, and I've known you for years through our good friend Karen, and so I know you've got amazing stuff. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, I'll tell you, what's really interesting is I'm very excited about this conference because it feels like I'm home. It feels comfortable. And I have lots of fears about presenting. And I want to say this out loud so other people that have fears will hear this. But this feels comfortable. This feels doable. I have been a hypnotist for 18 years now. And I have this, and we all start slow. I started with weight loss, all of that. But I have over the years perfected my program, and I'm calling it the intentional eating program. And I know now what works. And so I put together a program that's about 6 sessions, but I customize it for each person. So I don't sell a blanket 6 sessions. I'm a pay-as-you-go kind of gal, but that's kind of what it's set up for. And I customize it in terms of if you need to come weekly or every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on if you get on the road quickly and you pick this up. And it's really fun. I love doing this, and I love watching other people, because when they get it, when they really get it and they're back in control, they feel so good about themselves. It just feels wonderful. And it's really just about being intentional. It's about being present. And of course, there's some steps, there's some things that you have to do. I've worked out, so there's a certain amount of intervals before meals and paying attention to what you're eating. But the bottom line here is being present with what's going on. And it's looking at your whole life. Overeating is not just about food, and that's what makes it so tough. It's emotion. It's about what's going on in your life. It's about how you feel about yourself, what you're doing, who you bring into your life. And so my program encompasses all of that. And as I said, it's about 6 sessions, and and it's about reinforcing. It's about the adult making the food choices, not the child. And I also incorporate some age regression in there, because, you got these habits from somewhere. You were trying to please somebody, or somebody was trying to shut you up and used food. And, food is easy. It's so easy because it's everywhere. And nobody gives us a hard time or looks at us funny if we eat too much.
Right.
And we all have this attitude of, if it's yummy, a little bit's yummy, a lot's even better. Or let's celebrate. Let's have some really gooey, huge chocolate cake. So we do things that really hurt us in the name of celebrating. And frankly, Madison Avenue advertisers have done an amazing job of fooling us into believing that all that crap they're selling is something we need, and we don't.
I need my chocolate cake. Back off, lady.
Well, some of us can afford to have the chocolate cake. Maybe some of us need to pass on it. But I'll tell you, I love this too, this idea, this intentional eating, being in the moment, because so many of us, don't we all just look forward to that meal so much? We get so excited. I'm going to have those French fries or that chocolate cake. And then we just eat it so quickly, we don't even enjoy it.
And that's part of my program, is that when you eat, you're celebrating yourself. And it's important that you're not driving or watching TV or reading a book, that you're focused on what you're doing, that you taste it, that you have a real sense of it. Because you're right. I don't eat all day when I'm at work until I get home. And on the way home, I'm thinking about what I want to eat. And I'm excited about it. And it's really important that when I get home and I put it together, that I sit down and I eat it slowly, and I'm there with the food, that I'm not off somewhere else.
Well, yeah, you're being present. You're putting the energy into the nourishment that is going into your body. And when you're being a mindful eater, then you need to be aware of that anyway. So yeah, I mean,
It's very simple, isn't it?
yeah. Well, I mean,
The concept.
for me, with somebody who's never had a weight problem, yes, it seems very simple because I've always just been one of those people. I can eat like 4 or 5 fries and it's like, okay, I'm done.
Oh,
That did my need. I can have the piece of cake and like, all right, I'm done. So
Yeah.
I'm one of those lucky people. It's hard to be beautiful,
No, well, I know. I'm sorry. And I don't hate you for being beautiful.
Just for being smart. Okay.
But the other piece of this that I really want to mention is that it's very important that you only eat when you're hungry. That any other feeling, if it's anywhere, if it's in your head, if it's in your neck, if it's in anywhere, it's not hunger.
Yeah.
And so also learning to deal with your emotions, to feel them. And if you're lonely, you go find some people to do things with. Otherwise, you might as well just pull up a chair to the refrigerator. Why cut out the middleman?
Why cut out the middleman? The walking to the refrigerator. That's the middleman.
Right. Or my very favorite is French fries and a hamburger and yada, yada, and a Diet Coke.
Of course. Laney, I can tell you have to be a tremendous speaker. Your personality is shining through. I think you're going to be such an asset to this, and I hope people can see this and want to take your class.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know Laney personally, and I can vouch for everything Jim just said. She is amazing and a ton of fun.
Don't do that. I don't want the expectations to be too high.
Well, we're excited to be having you, and we appreciate you jumping on and doing this with us. So thank you very much.
I'm very excited about Saturday when you have the community there. Because I think that's really the bottom line for all of us, is to be able to get the word out, for people to get a sense of who we are and what we offer and what hypnosis offers. And so I'm going to do my 5 universal truths in Laney world that I think is really important for people. And if you take those to heart, you feel really good about yourself, and there's nothing you can't succeed at.
Well, good. Hopefully that will inspire some of these other folks to jump in and want to participate a little bit more in depthly that day, because it's going to be a good day for building business, I believe. That's what my expectation is, what my intention is. So hopefully we'll be able to make that happen. Yeah, Jim.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining Jim and I for another episode of Spotlight on the Speaker, rather. And this time we had wonderful Laney. We appreciate her joining us. Don't forget to visit the website, pnwhypnosisconference.com, June 3rd and 4th, 2023 at the Tacoma Convention Center. Make sure you tell your friends, your family, anybody who wants to know anything about hypnosis needs to join us on June 3rd, the Community Day, but you can join us on both days. Thanks so much for joining today.